Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a long morning. It is Saturday, the 2nd of August, and it is 15-20 hours, and I'm starting my walk. It is bloody hot. But when I started my walk, when I started my walk, I was talking to Chuck on the phone. So I'm already an hour into my walk, but I still want to talk. Yeah, so I'm going to talk. What about? I have no idea. Really, I don't. I got another call from my sister. I hope she doesn't watch this, but got another call from my sister last night, right in the middle of a I was uploading a video to YouTube from my phone on my Wi-Fi, and then on the computer I was uploading a video on the community Wi-Fi. So multitasking, right? And they're both taking forever. And then I get a phone call. And I just like, oh my God, dang it. So 2 hours later, I'm back at it. And it had the Wi-Fi for the community had stopped like 6 times because it shows it trying to reconnect to Surfshark, right? Tried to send diagnosis, some X, 6 times. It lost the fucking coverage, dude. So anyway, I got to do something about that. But in the meantime, just gonna shoot the shit, chin wag, jaw jack. That house over here that you've seen 100 times, it's really looking nice. I could show you, but there's lamyai or longan everywhere, and it's all coming in. It's all coming in. So I just go up to a tree and I go, oh. Yeah. So about that picking video, the long gone lamyai day, dude. Okay, so there's 12 bags. We ended up with 12 bags, and not all the trees were ready, but like 4 of them were. So by the time I got there, now I mentioned that in the video about directions, verbal directions and shit. I'm really surprised I made it, but I did. I went to the hardware. I would have went to the hardware store and bought a fucking flare gun, and no. Anyway, I just ate a lamyai off of some. I stole some fruit off a guy's tree. Anyhow, 12 bags at 30 kilos. Okay. And I said, how much you think, to the guy, how much you think weigh? And he picked it up and he go, 30, 30 kilogram. I go, no way. I pick it up and I'm going, 15, maybe 20, right? Dude, they were 30 kilos each. Either I was off or their scale was off. But it was 30 kilos. I mean, they do this shit, every season. And along the way to there, I passed a buttload of, I mentioned this in the other video, but I passed a bunch of places doing the same thing. But we went there because this person was a distant family member, right? So 360, I think it added up to. You do the math. 12 times 30. My mind is fried right now. So, but I believe it was 360 kilos. Now get this. There's 4 grades, as I showed in the video. Double A, which is the best, biggest. Okay. Then you got A, B, and C. And it sorts it with that tumbler that you saw in the video. And then there's 2 ladies on a stool in charge of 2 buckets or bins, 2 bins, right? And their job is to, oh, this goes in this one. Or if it's got a broken, you just snap that scan and it's over, right? You're ready. They won't accept them. Or they may accept it this time, but the next time they won't. They'll go, oh no, these guys give a shit every time, blah, blah, blah. So they're doing that sorting as well, QC work. And they'll take those and give them to their neighbors and shit, and the neighbors will eat them, make wine, make jelly or jam, whatever. And, so they don't go to waste. But I'm just looking up at this banana tree that I filmed the other day. It hasn't grown much. But all of that, okay, 7 people, 8 including the cameraman, okay. I did not have to lift a finger. The double A's, the best ones, are 11 baht per kilo. Do the math. Go to that currency program you have on your phone, and if you don't, load one. And it gives you the exchange rate right now in any country you want to pick. So plug in the number I'm going to give you. So you had 7 people actually working, and 1 was her house. So of course, I was looking at a squished gecko. So of course she's going to take the lion's share, right? It's her fruit. The rest is just hired help. So however you divvy it up among 7 people, 1,400 baht for 7 hours of work for 7 people, and then having to wait and wait and wait and wait, because they give you a number on a piece of paper. And I was number 16. And they were slammed up, they were stopped. I'm like, why are they, what's going on? They wait for money. What? Yeah, they wait for money, because across the valley is a Chinese company, the broker, right, the middleman, that takes the fruit and pays the money. But they didn't pay him from the day before. So they're hand to mouth, right? So they need the fucking money now, so when the people come today, they can pay them. So here's like 20, 25 guys with all their bins all weighed up and stacked, waiting for their money. So they send a guy on a motorbike over, and an hour and a half later he comes back with a big wad of cash. I'm like, Jesus, crying out loud, just crazy shit. But 1,400 and some change for 7 people to work 7 hours. That's like $44 US. I mean, that just makes me want to fucking fall over. But when they divvied it up, I was right. The owner of the trees took the lion's share, because it was her fruit, right? And divvied it all up, and they were fucking happy. I mean, dude, like maybe 100 baht for 7 hours of sweating your freaking ass off. I mean, I'm dying right now. It's probably maybe 34, I don't know, I didn't look first. But I'm freaking sweating my ass off right now. You know how I know that? Because my fucking pants are falling down. I'm joking, my pants aren't falling down. But pants on the ground, pants on the ground. Remember that song? Anyway, so I don't know, man. They're cut from a different cloth, you know, from us. They like don't give a crap about things that we do. Us, you know, Westerners, or, you know, people other than brown, right? I don't know. You don't call people in the UK Westerners, right? Anyway, so Australia, UK, anywhere around Europe, America, the United States, anyway, Canada, we're all Farang. Now, if it's for the Philippines, they'll call them Filipina. We're the only ones that they call Farang. They'll kind of call Chinese Chinaman, Japanese Japan, Malaysian Malaysia, but us, Farang. I'm passing all kinds of flowers, but I'm resisting taking pictures. I've got to build up my tolerance. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Blew me away. Just blew me away. And I've seen that before, but I was not expecting that. So how much, you know, for the whatever? Oh, 11 baht, 8 baht, 4 baht, 2 baht. Good Lord. Dude. It's just unbelievable. Well, since I've already been walking a freaking hour, talking to our friend Chuck, good update on his mom and the move and all that. It's a lot of work, man. You know, my parents were, how do you say this politically? Hoarders. You know, they couldn't get rid of anything. Like, do you really need that? And, you know, you just can't. You can talk till you're blue in the face. It's like talking to a fence post. They're going to do what they're going to do, right? Unless there's like one of them interventions things like we used to do on TV. But I would never do that to my parents. Well, I can't now, but back in the day, I wouldn't have done that. And I said, okay, fine. You want to live like that? That's great. More power to you. They looked at me like I was fucking ADHD, anal. I've been called because I knew where to find every freaking tool in my garage. I put my keys in the same place every night. I probably said this 100 times, but because I'm lazy, I don't want to have to think about it. I mean, you see on these videos, like, I go off on tangents, lose my train of thought, because I'm looking at a bush, and I start talking about this variegated bush here, and then I forget that I'm talking about my parents keeping shit that they don't need. Nothing I can do about it, but... So, yesterday's freaking video was a long one, and I may have pissed a few people off. And if I did, I apologize. Because I lumped every president, every politician, I put them in the same basket. I said they're all fucking liars, right? And I still stand by that. I wasn't slamming any presidents living, right? There's, you know, this isn't a political or religious channel, so, but I opened the jar, so it's kind of fair game to respond. But, and I won't ban you, block you, none of that kind of shit. I'll let you speak your mind, and if it's not, you know, against YouTube's policies, I'll leave it there. That's fine, because then people will respond to that comment, and then they'll respond back, and you know, A, that helps the channel, but B, it builds the community of, you know, you can, I don't know what the word is, I'm so tired right now, but communication, which is key. I've talked about that a bunch. So, God, another one. Fucking dead snake up here I passed too when I was talking to Chuck. So I may have offended a few people. And I apologize for that. But the reality is, they, meaning politicians at that level, have lied to us. Period. Till the day I die, I will say that. Why do I know it's true? Because I lie every day. Every single day I tell a lie. Okay? I hope my sister's not watching. Sister calls me up, middle of the night, upset. You know her daughter has brain cancer. Okay? Going through the treatment. Glioblastoma, whatever the hell it's called. The most aggressive brain tumor you can get. 2 to 5 at best. Okay? So, do the surgery and live a year in fucking agony doing chemo and radiation. And then maybe get another year after that, or a couple more. So, you know, she's obviously going to ask the question, you know, is she going to make it, right? I don't know. I joke about having a crystal ball, but I really don't. Okay? I have no idea. So I don't, not really lie, but I sugarcoat it. Okay? You know, she's a tough cookie. Don't sweat, man. It's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. But inside, I know the day's coming sooner than later, right? So that's technically a lie. So I told a lie. Another one would be, do you realize how fast you were going? So they shine the light in your... No, officer, I have no idea. When I know I was doing 100 miles an hour down I-5. So that's a lie. Let me turn this around here. Snake. Dead poor little guy. Oh, I feel so sad. Like I said the other day, I'd rather have a freaking cobra in my bed than a fucking spider. At least you can see the cobra. And it's starting to rain too. That's what you get when you start walking in the afternoon. And you guys don't want to be watching my chin. I'll try to keep focused. And I don't care about the rain. But, you know, so, or you omit something. Right? What'd you do today? Well, I went to the barbershop as planned, and then I went for a drive out in the country and shot video until my phone cut me off because I ran out of storage space. True. Fact. Really did happen. But did I talk about the half hour I stopped at my side pieces and had a piece of ass? I didn't. But you see what I'm saying? I could omit that part of the story. So the president, the current one, is, to me, more transparent than I've ever seen in my adult voting life. He's telling what he's doing. He's saying, I did this, I'm doing this. You could look at it as a narcissism or whatever, but he's doing what he said he would do during the campaign. He's not like, well, you said you were going to do this and you're not. He's fucking doing it. So, and he got in office. So he's our president. I hate it when people say, you're not my president, he's your president. Dude. That's so fucking stupid. I talked about being tribal and teams and all this shit. Man, and I'll repeat it. If we all stuck together, meaning there's 2 cars coming around the corner, so I'm stopping. They're seeing a big blue blob on the corner. They think it's a fucking Mack truck. No, it's just me. Double check on the mirror. Look behind me. I'm going to cross over to the other side. So, because I want another one. I want more of these long gone. I have some in the fridge, but I might as well grab another one here while I'm here. No, maybe not. There's some in the yard. So, don't need to be greedy. So, he's our president. Like it or lump it, right? It is what it is. Now, Biden, frankly, I didn't like most of his policies. But as a human being, I freaking felt sorry for him. You know, period. I don't understand what they're saying. Get the fuck out of here. No. As a human being, I felt sorry for him at the end there. Because I still have empathy, right? I may not like someone, but, you know, seeing bad shit happen to people. Dude, he was lost. Dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever you want to call it. Whatever it was, he didn't know where he was. He could have been thinking he was at a fucking playground with little children. Or fucking going into Pancake House or something. No clue. Shaking hands of ghosts, you know. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? Dude, that's classic elderly abuse. And that bitch wife of his and her chief of staff and their cronies, I hope this comes to light. They're the asshats that use the auto pin to make all these fucking decisions. For us, we didn't elect them. The country picked him, not her, and not her chief of fucking staff. Regardless if you support them or not, that is fucking wrong. And some people need to fucking hang for that. And when I say hang, I'm talking fucking hang. Send them to fucking North Korea and let them fucking deal with it. That's just fucking wrong. I don't care what side of the aisle that happened on. Shit needs to fucking happen. But there's my political rant for the day. I mean, I'm just like, it's just unbelievable. You know, if I did that with my parents, I would be mid-conversation with my mom, and she'd forget who the fuck she was talking to. Okay? I'm stopped right in the middle of a fucking intersection. Maybe I should move forward a little bit. But, you know, literally, not remember who she's talking to. She couldn't remember her password to get on her email, right? I set it up for her a bunch of times. And finally I said, when was Mark born? That Mark was my younger brother that died in 1988. His birthday was February 17th, 1963. So her password was 02, because in the States we say the month, then the day, then the year. So 02171967. How the fuck can you forget that? But she did. You know, I mean, then there's denial within the family. Oh no, she's not incompetent and she's not this and that. And then I get thrown under the motherfucking bus and I'm a fucking sex trafficker and a fucking pedo and shit. This is coming from my own fucking family. Fucking hell is gonna come raining down, baby. Like a fucking line from Tombstone. I'm gonna sit in my truck. It's dry here. Holy fuck, I got muddy dog prints all over. Hey, you know what? Talking about that Lamyai day, the picking the fruit. She said, dog stupid. She said it so fast, I was like, what? Dog stupid. And I'm like, dog stupid? Yeah. I'm like, okay. Why do I care if the dog is smart or not? You know, this is what I'm thinking. But no, I get there and I get it. Normally when you come up on a dog, a soy dog, whatever, you beep, beep, and they, like 200-300 meters ahead of you, I'll always, walking down the middle of the highway, I'll go beep, beep, and they'll go, and walk across, and walk off into the shoulder, right? But this dog just stood there in front of my truck like, hi truck, how are you? And I'm like, move, go. I don't want to run over this dog, right? Dog I've never met, okay? I get out of my truck, and dogs know, okay? They know if you're a fucking asshat, okay? So that's why I started petting it, you know. It came right up to me. I'm petting it, dude, and I'm kicking myself in the ass for not having any treats. Didn't even think about it. And I'm petting this dog, and I'm in a different world. I screw the fruit and all you people working. I'm petting this fucking dog. Because I love dogs. I love cats too, but dogs more, you know? I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. So, I'm petting this dog. Now, let me ask you this. Dogs being so perceptive of things, they're going to know if you're afraid of them, if you're angry at them, if you can do harm to them. They know. So there's this dog I never met. The dog I've never met comes up to me and lets me pet the shit out of it. So that's why I said, oh, in case you didn't know, I hate dogs and I abuse them. That was a specific message for somebody who will remain nameless, even though he uses my name to this day on his fucking channel. And he doesn't realize, or maybe he just doesn't care, that when I hit the go button, I'm going to have a fucking windfall. It may not be a windfall, but it'll be whatever he has. Because that's coming. Like it or fucking not. I am tired. I am done with that shit. Keep it up. This ain't a veiled threat about all this fucking shit. I'm really going off a tangent here. But if you ever mention my fucking name on your motherfucking channel, I'm making that call. And they're ready. That one stupid ass video before the more recent one is all I needed. After all the fucking screenshots of you talking shit everywhere on all these other ass fucking channels. He says, this right here will do it. Right there. Boom. Defamation. You got a fucking case. So, word to the wise. That was not the direction I wanted to go, but I'm still going to fucking post it. It is what it is. So if I offended anybody politically, that was not my intent. My intent is, you have to lie. You start out at ground level, right? Like in your local community. Hey man, why don't you run for this or run for that? And council member, whatever. And then you go, oh, why don't you run for this? Oh, why don't you run for, what's the fucking word for the deputy mayor or something, right? And you move up, and then pretty soon you're like, wow, you're in city politics. Then you're in the county, and then you're into the big fucking state. You're moving up. Well, all along that way, you're making deals, right? And eventually, someone's going to call in that chit, right? They're going to want that favor back. So you may help them with something, and then you're paid up. But as you get up to the top, presidential top, you know, you didn't get there on your own. No matter how much of your own money you spent for your campaign, you got there because of the help. Okay, I'm letting the neighbors know that I'm talking to the phone so they don't stop and talk to me. It worked. It works every time. I've got them trained. Fuck, I hope they're not subscribers. Anyway, you got to make deals left and right. Okay, you just have to. It's the way our system works. So, anyway, I think that's about enough of a rant for now. You guys, I hope you can see me. I can't. I can barely see it. It's so freaking bright, and I'm underneath the carport. The sun's right there. Sorry, it's 93 million miles away, give or take a few, but it's up there. And it is flipping hot. All right. I appreciate you tuning in. If you made it this far, you're one tough machine, man. I'll tell you that. I can't stand looking at myself. I can only imagine what it's like for you guys. Anyway, I appreciate it. Bye.